Reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network. Soaring high above a world filled with tanks, World of Warplanes brings aerial dogfighting to the Wargamming universe. Weaving between your foes, dive-bombing targets, and engaging in aerial competitive ballet in a game where the physics follow George Lucas's laws more than Newton's, seems like it might just be the best thing since the 10-man raid. Does World of Warplanes barrel roll over the competition, or does it go into a defensive spiral? Let's find out.
Pros and cons.
Flying high above the Earth, the beauty of World of Warplanes is immediately striking. From great textures used in the world to the puffs of clouds in the sky, everything jumps out at you and draws you in the epic battles taking place. The combat itself is a wonderful homage to the days of Combat Flight Simulator 2. I would play Combat Flight Simulator 2 for hours on end with my dad, fighting battles in the skies over Europe to see who would have to do the chores that day. World of Warplanes has that same action movie feel that Combat Flight Simulator 2 did, with just enough reality in the physics and control to make it feel like you're actually flying the plane, and ignoring enough reality to make you feel like you're in the best action sequence ever. With simple controls and no throttle save for a boost that increases your speed for a short duration, you can find yourself absorbed in the action from your first battle without having to fight to keep the plane in the air. The battle starts in the air and you never have to worry about takeoff, landing, or any other technical aspects of keeping your plane aloft. There are 4 different control schemes that you can use: mouse and keyboard, keyboard only, gamepad, and flight stick. While each of these works acceptably well, I found that the mouse and keyboard gave me the best experience, with the gamepad a close second. With the action nature of the game, which I definitely classify as action and not simulation, the flight stick felt too slow, as did the gamepad. Each is very serviceable though, so I encourage you to try each option to find out which works best for you. In the air, each team starts in a small squadron on each end of the map. I mention these sort of rough squadron formations as you'll want to stick with the team as much as possible. Most of my battles were fought in fast dogfights between many planes, and I never had success when I was facing off against more than one enemy alone. As much as I tried to get away, when facing large numbers of foes, I knew that it was really just delaying my inevitable death. Battles are won either through killing all enemy planes or through gaining supremacy by destroying ground targets, which include anti-aircraft emplacement, hangars, and HQ buildings. I had a great deal of fun decking out a plane as a ground pounder and snaking through the geography to take out buildings. At the time of this review, there are 9 maps in the game, but my favorite has to be Bay, where you fight above San Francisco Bay. There's nothing quite like dodging under the Golden Gate Bridge to escape your enemies to get your blood pounding. The maps, which range from European countryside to Pacific Island chains, are all varied and lend themselves to vastly different experiences when played. You might find yourself going through valleys in a European countryside where you won't have that same area to hide in the Pacific Island chains. The planes are arranged into different tiers, from biplanes in Tier 1 to early jet fighters in Tier 10. The matches are arranged around these tiers to keep the battles fairly even. I was given a press account from Wargamming, but I also played with my own free-to-play account as well to get a feel for the monetization scheme. With both, I found that the most fun was to be had in the Tier 5 to Tier 7 range, as I would sometimes be fighting against the mighty jet fighters, which tended to kill me rather quickly, and then some of the lower and mid-tiered prop planes, which tended to be more evenly matched. Most of the time, though, the matches were fairly even, with a good mix of planes in the tiers above and below mine. When using some of the higher tiered planes, the wait for a match could sometimes get to the 5-minute mark, but this wasn't really the norm, and definitely not the case for the lower tiered planes, where most of the community seems to be. A large part of the game, though, is spent upgrading your planes and pilots. You start with a stable of planes from the 4 different nations that are represented in the game: England, the US, Japan, and Russia. For your planes, your upgrades cost experience and credits, which are both gained through the many battles you will fight in the skies. You use experience to research upgrades for your starter planes, which includes engines, airframes, guns, and bombs. Once researched, you then spend credits to purchase and mount your upgrades. After you've fully upgraded your plane, you can then spend more experience to unlock the next plane on your upgrade tree. With over 100 planes to explore in the end, you won't find yourself lacking in options, although this progression is fairly linear. Your pilots are like characters, and you can train them in different skills. These skills range from increased view range, which lets you spot enemies from farther away, to bombardier, which will increase your accuracy when using bombs or rockets. These pilots can only gain experience from the battles they fly in, so finding a plane that you like and sticking with it is definitely helpful. As a free-to-play game, you can earn all of this through currency that you gain in-game. There is, however, another currency called gold, which you can use to buy special planes that are fully upgraded from the get-go and are not part of the regular upgrade tree. You can also convert gold into credits, but not into experience. You can also purchase premium account status for about $13 US a month, which will grant you a bonus 50% XP and credits per battle. You'll also get a special hangar, and with the unified premium account structure that Wargamming recently put into place, the premium status applies to all their games. I like the way in which these different currencies interact, in that spending real-world money does give you an advantage in that you can purchase more powerful planes without having to earn them, but you are unable to make your way through the regular upgrade tree without spending time dogfighting in the skies. Yes, a premium account will make that faster, but you do have to spend some time in the air. You can't just jump to the top tiers right away. So I really like that. Along with the upgrades to your planes, you can also purchase different types of ammunitions and several different consumables for use during the battles to gain small moments of advantage during the fights. These include fire extinguishers to reduce damage done by fires, better fuel to give you more boost during your flights, and repair kits to, well, repair your plane. My experience in World of Warplanes was both a grand adventure through nostalgia and at the same time the best experience in a flight game that I think I've ever had. From flying high above my foes, banking and diving to take them out from above, to skimming mere feet above the ground as I approach ground targets, World of Warplanes makes my heart pound and my hands shake with excitement. If you want the best action flight game around, then go check out World of Warplanes. You can thank me later. The exhilaration of diving to escape a foe and using the geography to live and fight another day. You will die a lot. If that's frustrating to you, then you might want to pass this one by. Most planes feel fairly unique in the way in which they handle. Five out of 5, a critical hit. World of Warplanes does almost everything right, and its few faults can't diminish the sheer amount of fun that I had while playing this game.